Hello, this is Rander here, and today we are going to talk about relaxation. What is really yogic relaxation, and what is the philosophy of yogic relaxation? Relaxation is not something that you do at the end of a yoga class just to kind of cool down after strenuous activity. Relaxation is a practice in itself. It's a very important practice. It is an asana as well, shavasana, the core pose, the dead body pose. Is not considered something which is kind of to end a yoga session in a minor note. It is actually the most important asana out of them all. It is the summing up of all the asanas that we did. This is at the time when the energies that we are cultivated through the yoga practice can actually find their harmonic distribution in the body. It is when we regenerate in more deep or spiritual aspect of relaxation. We can find that it is a very powerful practice for Nidra yoga. Nidra yoga is the yoga of sleep, which allow you even to get enlightened through your in sleeping mode. The relaxation is very much used for things like astral projection, for things that has to do with lucid dreaming, for things that has to do with preparation for death. There is a lot of other issues and aspects that can be addressed through relaxation. And it is one of the most crucial techniques or most crucial capacities that somebody who practices yoga wants to be able to do, which is how to deeply relax. Especially in the West, when we are so active, we are so dynamic, we just stress ourselves all the time. This is what can balance us. This is what actually can allow us to work more, to be more strenuous, to achieve more. Because if you want to go to one extreme, you better know the other extreme. If you need to sleep for 8 hours a day, a night, you lose a lot of time. However, a very deep yogic relaxation can save, it's like sometimes 15 minutes of very deep yogic relaxation can be like about 4 hours of sleep. So you can save a lot of time when you don't have that time, and you have a time schedule which is pretty free, when you have to finish a big essay, when you want to achieve things, and you simply don't have enough time for it. This is when you really want to learn how to relax. Knowing how to be more relaxed will teach you how to be more active, and how to be active in a more efficient way. So going from here, I would like to express that good relaxation always have these three elements. The first element of relaxation has to do with how to relax the muscles. The second element of relaxation is how to calm and slow the breathing, while the third element is basically how to calm the mind. Each one has its own skill and art into it. So in many places where relaxation is practiced, usually it's something that comes after you've done something very stressful, let's say Ashtanga yoga style, when you really work out very hard through intense and dynamic asanas, and then you kind of lie down. While after being very stressful or straining your muscles a lot, this is a natural process that the muscles go into relaxation. However, true relaxation goes much beyond. So usually we do what is called body scan. They go through each part of the body, from the toes to the head, and sometimes from the head to the toes, or sometimes both. And what they do is basically relaxing each muscle separately. So the overall relaxation that is achieved is very deep from the standpoint of the muscles. All these layers of body, energy, which is the breathing, and mind, to get really deep into what is called true yogic relaxation. And that can be done basically by addressing each element of our being, which is the body, energy, and mind, separately when you relax. So the body can be relaxed through awareness. We can just go through the different parts of the body and relax them gradually. But then we want to change the way we breathe. And usually the deeper and the slower the breathing goes, the more relaxed we get. The deepest or the most important part of the breathing, because the breathing has 4 parts. It has the part when we are without air, the part and we are still. There is the part when you breathe in. There is the part when you hold the air inside, and then the part when you breathe out. So basically for relaxation, the most important part is the breathing out. When we're breathing out, we can make a very, very, very long and slow exhale. So that process alone can be very, very relaxing. And the whole pattern of breathing can be counted like 2 counts for breathing in, 4 counts for holding the air in, 8 counts for releasing the air, and then again 2 counts for staying in vacuum without air. There are all kind of magic numbers to it. The real thing is that we want to slow down the whole process. Sometimes we just count 1, 2, 3 to breathe out, and then 1, 2, 3 to breathe in. That's possible too. But especially in the beginning, when we want to change rhythm, to go slowly, to take all our mental processes and make them slower, this is very recommended that we emphasize on the exhale. We just exhale very slowly, and then the inhale will be deeper, because the problem with rejuvenation and breathing in general is not how much we breathe in, but how much we exhale. Most of the time when we breathe in normal life, we can only bring in about 20% or 30% of our lung capacity. This is because there is a lot of still air, of used air, which is still in our lungs, and we basically don't get rid of it, we don't get it out of our system. So we use very small capacity from our lung capacity to hold fresh air. So it all starts with the exhalation. When we exhale all the air, fresh air can come more vigorously, and we will be more energized. So part of the thing in relaxation is actually to breathe slowly, but to exhale all the air very, very, very slowly, and allow a deepening and slowing of this of the breathing rhythm. And then after we are kind of working on the body, usually through awareness, just aware of the body and allowing through our mind to the muscle become softer and warmer, and we can use all kind of analogies for that. I will explain about it later. There are all kind of techniques that helps, but sometimes even very simple thing like just contracting the muscles as much as we can, and then just relaxing, because once we relax, separate each muscle very strongly, like the toes and the calves and the shins, and we just strain them very, very much, and then let go. The muscle will go automatically into a state of relaxation. So that is not the tricky part. The tricky part is how to go into relaxation, which has to do with the breathing and mostly with the mind. So after we kind of slow down the breathing process, then we want to go into relaxing the mind, which is usually the hardest part. However, if we already relax the body and the breathing, the relaxing of the mind will be much easier than in any other circumstances. And that can be done through many different techniques. And the most easy and simple is kind of expanding the mind, taking yourself to a place which is usually relaxing in our normal life. It can be walking on the beach. Imagine yourself walking on the beach, looking at the blue sky, looking at a very relaxed ocean, feeling the small wind caressing our face. That kind of imagination can be very helpful. Another helpful way to relax the mind is simply imagine how we expand it, how we look on a very blue screen which is very wide and it's going to the infinite, and just melting into something like that. Usually the most relaxing colors are obviously the cold colors. Colors like blue or colors like white, they are more relaxing than colors like red usually. So we can use relaxing colors. But you can ask yourself, because each person has its own code for relaxation. What will be the relaxing color for me? What will work for me? Because each person is very individual, as the study of NLP shows. We all have different representation systems that kind of hold and collect information and represent information in a different way. You can ask yourself, what represents relaxation for me? If relaxation will have a color, what color will it have for me? Will it have for me? If relaxation will have a texture, what texture will it have for me? If relaxation will have a place in the body, where in the body will be the source of relaxation for me? Once you have answer for that, intuitive answer for it. No, nothing is analyzing mind. It's simply what comes naturally to your mind. You can kind of, while sitting in relaxation, you can kind of imagine having a ball of energy in the color of relaxation and the texture of relaxation expand from the source of relaxation of your body. And that can be a very powerful way to make your mind more relaxed. And of course, there's all kind of very complicated systems of relaxing the mind, but they are beyond the scope of this video. What I show you now was just what I was explaining now was just to give you a taste of it. There is so many things that are going on there. There are some readings, guided relaxation in the time of in some yoga schools that teach more esoteric yoga can last for 15 minutes, can last for 20 minutes. Actually, relaxation can be kind of the base for a lot of advanced practices, from astral projection to death meditation, from Kashmiri Shaivism, from things that can help in all kind of things, from installing positive thinking or positive mind, releasing negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. It can be used for programming the mind. There is the famous Silva method, which is all about using alpha state, alpha mode of the mind to program the mind. There is theta healing, which is use theta state to do all kind of things. So you can access all these deeper states of consciousness through relaxation. It happens naturally. You go naturally into alpha states. This is actually the best way to influence the subconscious mind, because the problem is subconscious mind. It basically works very much slower than the conscious mind, and during day or during beta state, when our mind is running very fast, there is a big disconnection between the active mind and the subconscious mind. So the conscious and subconscious are very far, while when we do relaxation they get much closer to each other, and then messages from the consciousness can penetrate, or commands from the consciousness can penetrate the subconscious mind. They can penetrate the mainframe computer, which actually can make a change. And also it's the opposite. All kind of messages from the subconscious can enter the conscious and can learn about ourselves, or we can understand ourselves better when we know how to perform relaxation properly. So just to sum everything up, relaxation has a lot into it. It is much more than just lying down like a corpse without moving for a few minutes. It is even more than just having something like a muscle relaxation, which take a few minutes and rejuvenate us, which is very good, of course, but it has so much more benefits from it, starting from the ability to rejuvenate, to heal, to charge our body, to spread the energy from the yoga practice through our body, because we accumulate all kind of energy. Each asana, actually, from esoteric standpoint, it accumulates specific energy in our chakras. So we might accumulate some energies in a third chakra, for example, which make us powerful and active, but it can also make us aggressive, and it might not be what we want to come out of yoga class when we go home and want to be with our family. We don't want to go with this dynamic energetic mode. Or it might bring some energy to other chakras, and generally this distribution of the energies is important, because at the time of relaxation the energies that we accumulate through the yoga practice can kind of sink into our starter system, and then it keep on building the system. If you want to have more effect, you want to become more confident, more loving, more vital from the yoga practice, doing a relaxation at the end of it can enhance that, because it allows the energy sort of to sink in and harmonize in our system. So it has that effect. And it can also be a platform for advanced practice that I will talk in a later video about Nidra Yoga, the yoga of dreams, trance states, and using the subconscious mind, doing astral projection, and even realizing the nature of reality through specific meditation that comes from different traditions, as Tibetan Buddhism, shamanic traditions, all kind of specific meditations that are done in relaxation that can actually take us into realizing some very profound thing about the reality in which we live. So this and more will be the subjects we will talk about in coming videos, so stay tuned. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.